The next place where the next least expensive place would be to learn to calibrate or optimize an EA. And what you do here is I usually like to use an EA that's simple to learn and things like that. But as you can see, it can get pretty expensive, but not as expensive as the last option sometimes. So you go to the MQ05 or MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 marketplace, and if you use MT4, MT5, you can see a little market tab on the bottom, and you just go to EA, and that's where it'll take you to all these. You can find free ones. I use free ones to calibrate. Maybe later when I have excess money, I'll start buying them and trying different ones out for y'all. I already have a person asking about me doing it's called Dream Machine. He's saying he's seen profit on the demo, but he wants me to try to calibrate it, optimize it, and see what I think about it before he goes live. And I want to do that soon. Anyways, so we're looking at separate EAs. I know there's a lot of hesitation on which one to buy. All of these are like 5 or whatever. In this case, it's up to you on how much you want to spend on an EA, and how effective it is. Make sure you look at the reviews. Make sure you find them online, things like that, and do your due diligence before buying one. But this would be the second least expensive. I call it second least because you still have to learn to calibrate, and it's not really the guys making these EAs. There's a no return policy. Usually they don't give refunds, so all the burden, all the risk is on you. With the signals, the burden and risk is shared because the guys are using their own money to trade, and you're copying them. So they're actually risking their own money. They have the same risk, so they use it more carefully. With an EA, I can make an EA today, place it on the marketplace, and I would not care what happens to anybody else because I'm getting my money as long as people are buying it. So in a way, that's why I call this the second most expensive way of doing it, because you have to make sure you buy a proper EA that's been properly researched, had due diligence, good reviews, things like that. Now, it is the second least expensive way. The first least expensive way I'll mention in my next video, but calibrating is the second least expensive way of doing it. But it does take longer. You will not start seeing profit immediately. Why? Because it's always suggested and recommended to run it on a demo for a month or two to make sure that it's working properly. So that's a month or two that you have to wait, and you're not making profit, and you're already down $50 to $1,000 in the hole, and you just eventually you might even get a little bit impatient and run it without verifying its reliability, and you lose more money. So this is second way. This is the way I use. Mostly I do manual trade, but lately I've just been calibrating EAs because that's what people look forward to. So this is the second most expensive way of making money.